Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I bring you 3 thrift store flips, and one of them is one that I have never ever done before. So stay tuned to watch. Okay guys, so DIY number 1. I'm so nervous to show you this because I have never done anything like this, but I wanted to try something completely different and just push myself out of my comfort zone. But the first thing I want to do is I want to create a frame. I want to create a frame because I want to create a canvas. So to create the frame, I'm going to use these large painter sticks that I get at the hardware store. You can get 3 in a pack for like 98 cents. They're very inexpensive. I grabbed 4. 2 are going to remain the original size, and then 2 I cut using my miter box to 12 inches long. I'm going to hot glue them together as well as stapling them with my stapling gun, again to create a nice sturdy frame.
Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that.
Okay, so this sheet I got at the thrift store several weeks back, maybe about a couple months now, and I used it now already for a previous project. I created a pillow cover with it, but today I'm going to use it to create some sort of a canvas. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of the fabric of the sheet, and they're about the same size both, but they're just going to overlap just about 2 inches on every side of the canvas. Again, this is to create uh, a canvas style frame for this artwork that I'm going to be creating.
So, but just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah. Till the morning light. Till the morning light.
I want to send a huge thanks to Artisa for sending me this pack of 24 fabric paints. These are beautiful, vibrant colors, but today I'm going to focus on the whites, grays, blacks, and some browns. So I'm just going to take those out. I'm going to have the link to this set of fabric paints down in the description box. Artisa is also offering a 10% discount when you use a promo code, and it all be linked down in the description box, and that'll be until September 30th. So check it out if you're interested in purchasing it. All right, so here we go. I have never done anything like this, guys. So when I say that I'm nervous, I'm nervous, but please be nice. All right, so I'm starting with the white. Basically, I'm just going to start outlining kind of what I want to see. I want to create a barn, and I'm just going to start here. I'm going to make it very fast for you because obviously this took longer than any other regular DIY, but I was really enjoying myself. It was very therapeutic. So I'm just going to use the white tone, and I'm just going to create that barn shape. And then I'm going to take some of the brown and just mix it up with the white to create a lighter shade brown and just start filling it. I'm just going with my instincts. I'm just going with what feels right. And I'm no artist by all means whatsoever. But again, just following my instincts and just putting paint on the brush and brushing it as I see fit and as I like. So here you go. I hope you enjoy it. I know this is not as my normal DIYs, but I wanted to, again, do something completely different. So I'm just going to let you watch as I continue to paint.
Maybe I'm just too weak, maybe I'm just afraid of being alone. Well, I don't care, 'cause right if I leave tonight. We could do this right, we'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning? Would you stay till the morning light?
All right, guys, so we're just about done with this one. As you see, I also created a windmill, and I'm just gonna here just place like kind of like a shadow of a picket fence, and that'll finish it off, and there it is. So I really like it for being my first kind of canvas painting. But you know what? Using this sheet was not bad at all. It's not the same as using a canvas, but it truly was a very unique texture and just a creative way to use a sheet that I got at the thrift store.
Would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right, we'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me?
All right, guys, so while I am filming here in my studio with my ring light, and I'm going to show you what it looks like outside. Actually, it's a lot darker than what it seems here and from the camera, but oh boy, it is dark. So I'm going to stop filming, be aware of the weather, and continue later. Okay, guys, so now to DIY number 2. So I got this wire pumpkin at the thrift store. Now, I believe it's a Dollar Tree wire pumpkin. However, it was truly at the thrift store that I found. It was tagged for 99 cents. I had not found it at the Dollar Tree. So when I saw it, I actually said, it's mine. Now, there was actually 3 of them, but I'm just going to use one on today's project. So what I want to create a wire pumpkin, but I want to create a round wire pumpkin. So my initial thought was to make a few cuts with my wire cutter and then kind of bend it to where both ends meet in the middle, and then it'll create a round pumpkin. Well, things didn't go as planned, so I'm just going to let you see you hear what happened as I keep cutting. Again, I'm just trying to like kind of like fold, as you can see, to see if I can get it to bend and meet in the middle to create that round pumpkin. But as I was folding, the wire actually snapped right there. But it was actually a blessing because what I did was then I flipped one side over and then I just put them together, and now I have the round pumpkin shape that I was looking for. So it all worked out. So basically, if you want to recreate this, just cut it in half, flip over one side, and then start putting them together. I'm using jute rope to just kind of tie them together, and I'll roll it over or I'll roll it around on both ends.
Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that.
And there's that beautiful shape that I was looking for. All right, so now that everything's together, I'm going to start wrapping each wire with burlap ribbon. This is from burlapfabric.com. And I'm just going to wrap it around. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I'm not going to tie or wrap it around very tightly. I want it to be a little looser. I want it to have a very loose kind of rustic farmhouse look to it. So I'm just going to wrap it around, securing it with hot glue. Alright, so I finished wrapping all the wire and I found this piece of scrap wood in the garage. It was actually already stained, just like you see there, which matched perfectly. It was from a previous project that I did. And I'm just going to hot glue the pumpkin on top. That way it'll sit nicely straight without tipping over on a tabletop. So now I'm going to add some greenery. These are some lamb's ear that I got at Walmart. And I'm just going to place a few of them or a couple of them on the top and then a couple of them on the bottom inside of the pumpkin. I'm also going to add a few sticks from a cotton stem or cotton little pick that I got at the Dollar Tree, just to add a little bit more of a farmhouse detail to it. I am now going to take this thankful tin word and I'm going to wrap around just some wire to each side, and that way I can hang it on the inside of the pumpkin. I just wanted to have something inside and I thought it would be so cute to hang that thankful word there. Now if I would have had fishing string, that would have been even better, but I didn't, so I just used some wire. And then of course it would not be a pumpkin unless I add a stem, so I'm going to add one of these wooden stems from the Dollar Tree and then we'll be on with this one. Have you guys had a chance to visit my new channel, Beauty and Purpose at Home? If you haven't, I ask that you consider doing so. I have it down in the description box, the link. Check it out. It's all about home inspiration, organizing, cleaning, all that kind of good stuff. All right, DIY number 3. So guys, I found this planked sign at the thrift store, which was beautiful. And as you saw, it had a nativity painting on the one side. And I didn't want to remove that because it actually looked very cute to me. So I flipped it over, but I do want to have a farmhouse style fall sign on one side, on the other side. So I'm going to take this Dollar Tree calendar and I'm going to remove the pumpkin that is in one of their pages, and I'm just going to cut the outline of the pumpkin out. I'm going to use Mod Podge and brush it on the opposite side. That way I can paste it on the sign. All right, so now I am going to take Dollar Tree little pumpkins. This one's from a sign. I've already used several of the pumpkins on that sign, and I am going to give it one coat of the Bear chalk paint in the pale sepia, which is a beautiful grayish beige. I just love this color. And again, just one coat was all that it needed. Now I'm going to take a smaller pumpkin. This is one that came in a set of about, I think it was about 6 of them. It's meant to be in a banner, but I've used them in several projects and they are absolutely beautiful. I gave it one coat of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the country gray. I then used my Cricut to cut out a stencil. The stencil is going to say pumpkins and it's going to say also 25 cents, and it's going to be for the top of the sign. I am using my stenciling brush as well as Rust-Oleum chalk pen in the linen white, and I'm stenciling it. I'm not looking for full coverage. I want it to look distressed. After I stenciled the 25 cents, I didn't have this cent symbol, so I just used a lowercase c, and then I added the little sticks on each side, or the top and the end, to create the cent. All right, so now I'm going to distress and give a little bit of dimension to the small pumpkins. I am using Waverly Antiquing Wax, and I'm again just adding some detail for some dimension and character for the pumpkins. And I'm also going to do the same thing to the smaller one using Rust-Oleum chalk pen in the, let's see, I think this one, oh, you know what? This is the country gray. The gray that I used on the pumpkin to paint the whole pumpkin was aged gray. That's what it is. All right. It'll all be listed down below. All right, guys, so now I'm going to use some Arteza acrylic markers, and these are wonderful to work with. I'm using the black one to outline the gray pumpkin, again, just to add some dimension and detail, and I'm going to use the brown one to do the same thing to the beige pumpkin.
Look out, here she comes, the woman that I love. It's too bad she'll never know. Yeah, I can't tell her how I feel, because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls, or at least I try to be. 'Cause I hope that I'm not showing how I feel for her, but she won't feel the same for me. I've got this picture in my mind. It's just the two of us, just the two of us. But I know I have to try to let her.
All right, so now it's time to put everything together, and I'm going to add the pumpkins to the side of the pumpkin that we glued from the Dollar Tree. And then we'll be done. And this one is actually my favorite. I really, really love the way this turned out. I love how rustic it looks. And you know what I really love? I love that I have a 2-in-1 sign, because I can flip it over and have that cute nativity set Christmas sign. And I'm just really happy with the way it turned out. So guys, you guys got to tell me which one is your favorite. I know this was a little different with my first DIY, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope it inspires you. And if you're visiting for the first time, I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. And if you're returning, as always, I am so thankful that you take the time to watch and for your support. And guys, I hope you have a blessed day.